Hello friends, this is a brand I created recently for a client named Comfy Nurse. I have showcased the brand in this mockup. I was asked to create a roll-up banner design for their product launch. In this video, I'll show how I created this banner you can see on the right of the stool showcasing the product package. I'll use Photoshop and Canva to create this design. So let's get started. The main product of the business is compression socks, and they needed a 24 by 60 inch vertical standing banner for the product launch. We will create this banner using the brand elements. I'll first go to Photoshop and create the main imagery and background image for the banner. Later we will import this design to Canva and create the composition. Here is the setting I'll use for the design. We need to make sure the color mode is CMYK since this will be printed. The recommended resolution is 300 dpi for best results. Let me look at the color of the brand and use it as the background color. Next, I'll add some guides to mark the placement of items. We will create a main hero image somewhere in the middle. I have this image of the compression socks I created using ChatGPT. We will clip this image in a circle and then do some processing to make as if one of the socks is coming out of the circle or hole. Photoshop is best for complex image editing tasks. Canva is good for composition. So use the tools best for the job. Now I need a trick to make as if one of the socks is coming out of the hole. I'll use Photoshop layer masks to achieve this. Photoshop keeps adding new features, so it is worth having a subscription. You cannot use the new generative AI features without the subscription. If you are serious about design, then please consider subscribing to Photoshop. I don't think Canva is a replacement to Photoshop. Photoshop allows more than graphic design. I also do photo editing with Photoshop. It has many complex features which are not in Canva. So instead of replacement, I find Canva and Photoshop complement each other. Both are needed if you are serious about design. Photoshop has generative fill which can be used to create contact shadows. Let's now create some borders around this circle to make it a little more interesting. You can create a custom border like this. There are many ways to create interesting borders. Try playing with stroke widths, stroke opacity, dotted or filled lines, stroke texture, etc. Again, using layer masks, I'll hide some of the parts of the circle touching the socks. We will add this nice inner shadow effect to the circle, which makes it appear as if it is a cutout and adds dimension. Looks like our background image is ready. We will now export it and import it in Canva. In Canva, let's create a custom canvas of the same size. Let's import the background image we created earlier. This will be our base for the composition. We'll separate the sections for the top header and footer using rectangles. As you can see here, I already have the brand kit set up for this brand. I created this brand earlier. I'll pick the logo and put it at the top. It is good practice to add margin around the border to make sure elements don't touch the borders. This is important especially for printing because sometimes items too close to border get cut out. Next, let's add the tagline of the company and make it round around the circle. Next, I'll add this mark of the brand in background and make it subtle. In Canva, you can change the color of an image using duotone effect. I'll pick white color and reduce its opacity so it is subtly visible. Next, let's add the main title and make it larger and distinct. I'll add subtitle below this title and make it smaller than the title. In design, visual hierarchy refers to the fact that when there are lots of text to guide the viewer's eye, we need to make the most important text largest and distinct and lesser important text gradually smaller and less distinct. This prevents overwhelming viewers with information and helps guide the eye. The eye first notices the largest, then moves to second largest, and so on. Icons make the design visually appealing. It also conveys the information faster. We will create 3-column layout for the features represented by the icons. We will use a vertical bar as separator. We will also make the text under the icons a lot smaller, maintaining visual hierarchy. In my videos, I don't just show the process, but also give tips, share design principles, and my thought behind my process. If you like videos like this, then please comment and let me know so that I don't feel like wasting my time. If you don't like the voices, then please let me know, and I'll replace it with the music. Your comments and feedback is helpful to keep working on. I try my best to share whatever I learn, so please support the channel. Your support is a fuel to keep going. Notice the text gets smaller from top to bottom. This is deliberate. I see lots of designs on street violating this one principle. When you put lots of text in a piece of design and make them all same size and style, then the eye is confused which one to look first, and making sense of the information gets a lot harder. Be sure to use enough white space around elements. How many times have you seen designs cluttered with information and gasping for air? A white space is an element in design just as important as other elements. A white space makes the design dynamic, clean, and visually elegant. Less is more. If the design doesn't feel right, then try eliminating some elements and see what the extra white space makes it feel like. Sometimes eliminating is the best way to go than adding in design. A line is not just a shape, but an important element of design. It has a role to do. A line can be used to separate, connect, or emphasize something in a design. Here we use line as separator. It also adds visual interest. Remember these 4 elements when you are designing. 1. Image. 2. Shape. 3. Color. 4. Typography. Graphic design is all about how you arrange these things in a blank canvas and make it visually appealing at the same time communicating the right information. An icon like I am using here, a hand pointer, can be considered a shape. So our design is almost complete. Always check the alignments before passing off. Check spelling and hierarchy, and look from different point of view and zoom level. Spend time in final refinement of the design. When giving to print, you can turn up the size slider to increase the pixels. The more the pixels, the more detailed the design will look. So we are done. Let's download the design at maximum quality and give it to the client to print and wait and see how the result turned out to be. I got a video from the client showing the final result. Ready for it? Let's see how it turned out to be.